Hi everyone, Eileen here. So it's time for another Lavinia Stamps video tutorial from me to you. It's Sunday, it's a little bit overcast. I hope it's sunny where you are, but no matter. I'm looking forward to sharing this card with you. And it features a few of the new word stroke sentiment stamps that were released from Lavinia Stamps a couple of weeks ago, along with this fabulous new tool leaf mask. It's a stencil mask that was also released a couple of weeks ago. This is the card that I'm looking to share with you, so let's get going. I have already prepared, I've taken an A4 sheet of multifarious cardstock in white from Lavinia Stamps. I've folded it, creased it and cut it to 14 centimetres in width by 20 centimetres in length. I have a magnetic sheet here and an aperture stencil from Sweet Poppy Stencils, a rectangle that I'm just going to pop onto my card. Fits perfectly at this size, and that will give me a border. And instead of using stencil tape, but if you want to use low tack stencil tape, then yes, that will give you a border. Just pop it all the way around the outside, ensuring this inside edge is firmly down onto your cardstock to stop any ink leaking underneath. So the tape would be fine. This just makes life easier for me because I do so many of these cards. And it's quicker. Right. Selvage Patina. Absolutely lush colour. Love this. And that's what I'm using to begin with, along with a large makeup brush. Very gentle with this. Don't want it to be too heavy. So light wrist action, coming down from the top of the card, very gently, and going down to just over halfway, and leaving the bottom totally white. Gentle action, trying to get a nice smooth blend, but it will smooth out any lumps and bumps as the cardstock soaks up the ink. And also you're putting a stencil over the top, so that should smooth out your blend as well, or help it. So round over to the other side now on the right hand side, but again gentle pressure, I'm not putting too much on, and I'm coming down about a third on the right hand side. Let me just check that you're getting this okay. Yes, you're good. About a third down the card, so I've got lots of white space at the bottom. Should get a nice crisp edge here. As I'm coming down, I am actually flicking the brush around, can you see? So that it goes over the surface of the card to give me what I hope will be a nice even blend. A bit more ink on there. Circular motion again, very lightly with the wrist. Down here, and then concentrating a little bit more on this bottom area. Fading out as it goes over to the right hand side. So darker on the left, lighter on the right. And that should just about be it. Yes, that will do me. Looked a bit patchy, but trust me, the cardstock will soak that in and you won't notice it to the end. That will smooth itself out. Okay, so I'm just removing the stencil now. I've got nice crisp edges, which is what I'm after. Popping that down, get rid of that. And on comes the fabulous leaf mask, tool leaf mask, yes. I have to remember to say that. So pop this down onto your in the middle of your cardstock at an angle if you want to, or straight if you want to, whatever you like. So I'm just going to try and pop it here, I think, like so, so that it's up a bit. There we are. I think that's about it. I've got most of the image in, which is what I'm after. Now, you will need stencil tape for this next bit. Low tack, be careful. Don't want your normal masking tape. That won't do. It will rip your card. Just taping that down. And then I'm fully masking up now, all the way around the edges. Using a lot of tape. Go mad. Just ensure that all of your stencil is firmly down and you've masked up the areas that you don't want the ink to get into. So the rest of your card is going to be totally protected. This border along this edge on the right hand side is very narrow. So just very gently popping the tape down. I'm not going in a curve, I'm just popping the tape down. Letting it find its own direction. Even though I'm using more, I don't want any gaps. It looks a lot, but it's worth it. Yeah, nearly there now. And a bit more here. And then a tiny little bit there. Okay, so it's nice now. Yeah, it's not exactly aesthetically pleasing, is it? Right, let's move on then quickly. Picked raspberry. Love this colour. Smaller makeup brush. Now, I don't want to overdo this. I want a nice soft colour. I need to see the pink, but I don't want it to be too dark. Don't want to move the stencil, so be careful of that. I think that will do that edge. Got a bit of a line there. Not worried, I shall stick a sequin over that in a moment. You'll see in a minute. Or the words might cover that. So a little bit of stray ink just went in the wrong direction. I think that should do me. Not too dark, not too deep. Now this comes off quicker than it went on. Like so. Yes, that's good. That will do. Different shape to the one that I've done before, but they're all going to be slightly different, depending on where you position the stencil, of course. So, next it's the stamping, and I've got my foam stamp mat underneath. You can use your stamp press if you feel easier with it. And I'm starting off with the first stamp, which is called Free Your Inner Creativity. And I think it's just called Creativity for short. So it's called Creativity, yeah. Versifying Clair Nocturne. Gentle gentle stamp tapping. Tongue-tied now. I think I better have coffee. Hold on a minute. Stand by your desk, won't be long. Oh, nice. Cappuccino. First one of the day. I've been a good girl. Right. Just better check that's inked up properly. And it is. Free your inner creativity. And then I'm popping that out of the frame of your card into the border. And I'm going to pop that down about the middle, I think. Yes, about the middle. Okay, let's go for that. Don't press too heavily. These are really delicate fonts and they don't like it if you squash them. So down and up, and that's lovely. Gentle pressure. The next one is called Art from the Heart. So Art from the Heart it is, and it has a tiny heart on it as well. And again, Burst Fine Clear Nocturne, gentle tapping. Tons of stray ink there. That's because I was looking out of the window, being nosy to see what the neighbours were doing. I didn't know hula hoops were back in. Obviously they are. Right, Art from the Heart. And up a bit, but over towards the right-hand side. Trying to make sure that it's straight. Down and up. Oh, heart didn't come out properly. Oh, no matter. She'll get my trusty black crayon and sort that out. I'm not going to risk restamping. Nope. Yes. Green I may be, cabbage I'm not. Right. And then finally, I think this is quite novel. This actually just says Lavinia Stamps. And why not? It's a nice font. Both words look lovely. And I love Lavinia Stamps, so it's going on. Right, and that's going down here. Like so. And just, it's got a tiny bit of ink there. And that's just slightly going out of the border over on the right hand side. So out of the frame, like so. Yep, that's lovely. Right, let's do something about this heart. I had a hell of a job getting that pencil. Right, black polychromos pencil, and also think I also need a black pigment ink pen as well. Okay, so just going to fill in the heart shape with the pencil, like so. And then very carefully, and protecting the rest of the card, just going to see if I can draw that line down. And then around and around. Well, that's not bad. It's not perfect, but I think it will do. You get the idea. Needs a bit of a heat gun too. And a little bit of a blotch, I think. This is a dangerous manoeuvre. So down, up. Oh, yeah. So another go. Well, that's not bad. I've got a slight little... No, I'm going to leave it. I've got a slight, tiny little bit of ink straying out from the heart. And I'm tempted, but I'm not going to touch anymore. Right. Okay. That will do me. Next, it's... Oh, the sequins, yeah. Sequins, tweezers, wet glue. Any wet glue will do. And I've already taken the tweezers out of the box because it took ages. This is a box of sequins that I got years ago from my local haberdashery shop. Well, say local, it was about 10 miles away, I think, but it's where I used to work. I didn't work in a haberdashery shop. I was in a pharmacy. But I spent a lot of time in the haberdashery shop, you know, having a good look around, see what I could use for crafting. And sequins are very pretty. Right. Bit of wet glue. Like so. I've got 2 large sequins that are transparent. And I'm going to pop one here and then a gold one in the middle. And there's enough glue that has leaked through, I think. That will take that one. No, needs a bit more. That's that. And then another transparent one with a bit more glue. Like so. They look a little bit like mother of pearl, these. They're really pretty. And I think I will pop that one there. And then this blue one. A bit more glue. And in the middle of that one. Like so. Oops. Doesn't want to leave me. Come on. That's good. And then the final one, which is another gold one. Are you still awake? That's good. And this is a silver one. And that one, I think I will pop there. On its own, that's a smaller one. Come on, down you go. Like so. Okay. Here's the board back. So that's the one that I've just done. There's the one that I did earlier. Not a lot of difference, slight difference in the positioning of the stencil. Other than that, job done. Thanks very much for looking today. Thank you for the kind comments you leave me. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye for now.